By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to overcome the most feared objection in real estate. Can you cut your commission? I'm going to take you through how to handle this objection over the phone, how to overcome it in person, how to handle it post NAR settlement, and then finally, how to avoid getting this commission objection altogether. I'm going to take you through all of this, give you tools, techniques, and scripts. And I know how important it is for you to set more appointments and take more listings to be able to handle this powerfully. I took a lot of time to put this in an order that will make sense to you. And I want to start by reading a quote that I absolutely love. And it is, if you think that hiring a professional is expensive, wait until you hire an amateur. Now, let's start with how to handle this over the phone. When they ask, what is your commission, or can you do it for 2%, 1%, free, whatever. Never handle commission objections over the phone, and never tell them what your commission is over the phone. Why? Hang on, I'm going to tell you how to respond, because you're going to have to say something. So I'll give you the script, but I want this to make sense to you. Why you don't want to tell them over the phone or try and convince them that you're worth more than somebody else. Number one, they don't know who you are, and they don't know what you do. And you're not going to make a listing presentation over the phone so they understand everything that you're going to do for a certain amount of money. Your purpose over the phone when you're making a cold call is to set an appointment. And commission objection is very tricky. Why? Because the commission that you charge needs to match the value and the results that you're gonna bring to the seller. And over the phone, they have no idea what you do. I just said that. So if you say, I charge whatever commission you charge, 3%, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I don't know. They don't know what am I gonna get for that. And you're not gonna justify it over the phone. So it's like me saying to you, I just got a new car for $50,000. Do you think I made a good deal? And you're going to say to me, well, I don't know. What kind of car did you get for $50,000? If I got a brand new Lamborghini, you'll say, well, yeah, you made a great deal. If I say, well, it's a 1994 Kia, you're going to say, whoa, I think you overpaid. Understand? It's the same with your commission over the phone. So stay away from telling them any number, even if they insist. So how do you respond? There are a few different ways. So when they ask the commission, you say, Mr. Seller, that's a very important question. Obviously, you're concerned about the commission you pay because obviously you want to be able to walk away from the closing table with the most money possible. And I imagine that from your perspective, you're thinking the less commission you pay, the more money you get to keep. And clearly you want to be able to keep as much money as possible, right? And they're going to say, well, yeah, that's exactly right. Let me assure you, Mr. Seller, that my number one goal in working with you is to sell your home for the most money possible, so that you can walk away from the closing table with the most money possible. So we will discuss the commission in detail when I get there, okay? If they say no, but can you do it for 1%? I would say, Mr. Seller, my commission is negotiable. And during our meeting, I'll share with you all of the details of what I'm going to do for you. And then obviously the commission is going to be whatever you and I agree upon. So would 3 o'clock work for you today, or would 4 be better? That's it. no matter what they say. There is no telling them how much your commission is because, again, you're not going to sit on the phone and justify the commission. Another one that I wrote down that I want to make sure you make note of this. If they insist one more time, you could say, Mr. Seller, I know you're concerned about the amount of commission that you're going to pay. And ultimately, it's not about how much commission you pay, it's how much you end up with, isn't it? And so I just want you to consider, Mr. Seller, that unless I bring you an offer at a price that is acceptable to you, my commission is zero. I don't get paid unless, again, I bring you an offer at a price that you are happy with. So we'll discuss the commission options in detail during our meeting. So would 3 o'clock work for you today, or would 4 be better? Now, how do you handle it in person? There are 3 options that I wrote down in person. Number 1, the first thing you're going to do if they question your commission, you're going to say what your commission is. Whatever it is, commission is negotiable. Everybody charges whatever commission they want to charge, right? Yes, there's no setting a certain amount of commission. So whatever your commission is, when they ask you in person, you just tell them, my commission is, let's say as an example, 6%. My commission is 6%. Let's go ahead and get the paperwork signed so I can go to work for you. And hand them the pen and ask them to sign the contract. That's it. Why? This is the first thing you do. I'm going to give you scripts to actually handle it if you need to, but you do this first because many times, and this happened to me when I was selling real estate, it's not that they have a problem paying a certain amount of commission to you. It's just that they gotta ask. I remember several times sellers saying, well, can you do it for 2%? Can you do it for 3%? Another agent said they would do it for less. Can you match it? And my answer was, Mr. Seller, my commission is blank. Let's go ahead and get the paperwork signed. And they would look at me and say, oh, okay. It was as simple as that. So you're not going to just start throwing the entire kitchen sink at them unnecessarily. If it's as simple as just they're asking, so okay, you answer it. Second thing, if they still question it, right? If you say your commission, well, but another agent said they could do it for less. And there's always someone that can do it for less, right? And there are agents out there that do it for free. So you're likely to get this objection very often. One strategy in person is isolating the objection. What does that mean? You want to make sure that they don't have a list of 10 objections they're going to give you. So isolating the objection sounds like this. Mr. Seller, if we can agree on the commission, will you be ready to go ahead and list the property with me today? So what you're doing is you're making sure this is the only thing that they are having a question on, okay? And then the other strategy, and you kind of heard me do that a few minutes ago when I was showing you how to handle it over the phone, is level shift. Level shift is a strategy or tool or technique that you use to shift the focus of the conversation, because ultimately they're not concerned so much about the commission. They're concerned about what they're gonna end up with. And sellers are thinking the more commission I pay, the less money I keep. So level shifting from focusing on the commission to focusing on what they're gonna end up with. And interestingly enough, actually, I'm going to give you an objection handler on this. I wrote it down. The commission they pay is in direct proportion to the caliber of the agent that they hire. So paying the lowest commission doesn't mean they're going to end up with the most money possible. In fact, it's the opposite. So I'll give you that handler in just a minute. So how you start a level shift is you say, Mr. Seller, let's say, can you do it for, for nothing? Can you do it for free? Mr. Seller, that is a great question. And I completely understand why you're asking, because from your perspective, you're thinking the less commission you pay, the more money you get to keep. So it's not so much about the amount of commission. It's really your net bottom line that you're concerned with, and you want to make sure that you walk away from the closing table with the most money possible, right? So now when you do this correctly, what the focus of the conversation is their net. It's no longer the commission. So now is about you showing how what you do, your services are going to help them net the most money possible. Your negotiating skills and everything that you do. Now, there are two objection handlers that I want to give you in case like they continue to question, well, but blah, blah, blah about commission. Remember, at the end, I'm going to tell you how to avoid it. That's the best part, okay? I'm showing you how to handle it, but ultimately what we want is not to get it at all. So here's the first handler. I absolutely love this. Mr. Seller, see, the whole method of doing business for a discount agent is focused on giving discounts. That's how they do business, and that's how they're trying to attract your business. The problem with that for you is, Mr. Seller, that's exactly how they sell homes too. Think about it. If they really knew how to get top dollar, wouldn't they start by doing it for themselves? Mr. Seller, I may be tough on my commission, but the good news for you is I am on your side, and I'm going to be tough on negotiating your price and the highest net and best terms for you. And ultimately, that's what's most important to you, isn't it? Let's go ahead and get this done right. I just need your signature right here. And ask them to sign the contract. That's it. And that is the truth. What I just said to you is the absolute truth of how this works. Here's the next one, and I gave you a little glimpse of it with the caliber of the agent that you hired. This is another objection handler. Mr. Seller, there is a direct correlation between the commission you pay and the caliber of the agent that you hire. Think about it, Mr. Seller. Do the best doctors and best attorneys charge the lowest fees or the highest fees? See, it works exactly the same way in real estate. What type of agents do you think are willing to work for a discount commission? Will it be the highest quality agents or the lowest quality agents? You see, Mr. Seller, someone is gonna walk away from the negotiations with a great deal for their client. What agent do you think that will be? Can you see how listing with a discount agent will work against you in getting top dollar for your home? Let's go ahead and do this right, Mr. Seller. Put me to work for you. Sign the contract. Okay. I love these two. Okay. Handwrite them. You can download my free script book. The link is in the description of this video. Every single script, not just commission objections, all of my scripts are there. I believe these are there as well. Now, the next thing I want you to write down is in person. I already mentioned to you over the phone. in person, you can also say it to them. And Mr. Seller, by the way, the only way that you're going to pay me any commission is when I bring you an offer at a price that is acceptable to you. And unless that happens, there's no commission. All of my services are free to you until I can bring you that offer that is acceptable to you. Let's go ahead and get this done right. Put me to work for you. And give him the pen, ask him to sign the contract. That's how it's done. Now, post NAR settlement. I know that a lot of real estate agents are very concerned about this. Now, obviously, this video is for listing agents. Clearly, you can tell. And post NAR settlement, as a listing agent, you are going to only, at the listing appointment, negotiate your commission. And you're going to future pace. What does that mean? It means that you're going to let the seller know upfront. That's what future pacing is. Let them know. You negotiate whatever commission you charge, and then you say to them, Mr. Seller, I want you to be aware that when we receive offers on your property, it is possible and likely that buyers may ask for concessions or credits towards their closing costs. And part of that concession or those credits may go towards them paying a buyer's agent commission. Now, I don't want you to be concerned about that, because what we're going to be looking at, you and I, when these offers come in, is your net, because that is what's most important. Again, it's not whether how much commission you pay or whether you're paying buyer's concessions. Your bottom line is what's most important. And I just want to give you an example of this, Mr. Seller. Let's say we receive 2 offers on your property. One of them is not asking for any buyer's agent or buyer's concessions or buyer's agent commission, whatever it is. It doesn't matter how it comes in, right? Time out. You don't say it like that to the seller, but let's say you get an offer and there's 0 buyer's closing costs. And then you get another offer requesting 2% in buyer's closing costs, and that second offer paying 2% nets you $10,000 more than the one that has 0. Obviously, you would accept the second one, right? So that's what you're gonna do post NAR. There is no reason for you to negotiate the buyer's agent commission up front when you take the listing, because when you take the listing anyway, they're making a commitment to a certain amount of commission. But that's, as you know, if you've been in business for a little while, and if you haven't, you're gonna find out soon that sellers very often, when an offer comes in, sometimes even at the closing table, or if there are repairs, they're asking the agents to negotiate their commissions. So there's no reason for this. Just let them know our focus is your net. And as you may know, post NAR settlement, buyers agents are going to need to have the buyer sign a representation agreement stating the commission they'll get paid. So who's going to pay, whether it's going to be the buyer or it's going to come out of certain credits for closing costs negotiated during the offer, it's irrelevant to you. You're the listing agent. As long as when offers come in, the sellers are aware that that's a possibility, they'll have to negotiate that. That's all you need to be concerned about. Now, how do you avoid getting the commission objection? My favorite part. I wrote this down. In the beginning of this video, I said to you, commission is the most feared objection. Now, why do real estate agents fear getting this objection? Because they don't believe that they can justify the commission that they charge. That's it. They just So in essence, what I'm saying to you is they don't believe, this might be the case for you, I don't know. They don't believe that the amount of commission they charge is worth what they do. When I first started selling real estate, I used to think like that because I didn't believe in myself. And that had to change for me to be able to effectively charge whatever commission I charge. You have to believe that your services are worth it. So then I wrote this down. So if you fear getting the objection, the fear you have is gonna cause you to hesitate over the phone, at the appointment, all around. You're just hesitating. And sellers can sense your hesitation. They can feel the hesitation. And that is the reason why they object, because your hesitation makes them feel like, I don't know about this. Let me just ask if they could do it for less. Let me ask how much is the commission. Yeah, you hesitate because your lack of confidence in yourself, then you're attracting these objections to you. So you avoid commission objections by making a powerful presentation over the phone and in person, and leaving no doubt that you are worth every penny of the commission you charge. It's believing in yourself, but also having the skills and the mindset and the knowledge and the professionalism to show up as an expert. That's what you have to focus on. You can't, think about it, I wrote this down. You can't convince somebody of something that you don't believe in. So if you don't believe that you're worth what you charge, how are you going to convince somebody that you are? Like, it defies logic. It's not possible. So if you're in that situation, you have two options. You either charge less commission, or you upgrade what you do and your belief in yourself. You do whatever it takes to grow and get better. So that's your choice. I'm sure you would prefer the latter than having to work for free or work for barely nothing. And the final thought I want you to write down on this is, in the absence of value, commission becomes an issue. Commission is not an issue if they see that it's worth what they're gonna get. And it's perceived value, because when you're on a listing presentation, yeah, you could show, if you have a track record, you could show your track record and your results. But if you're brand new to real estate, it's perceived value. Everyone was once new to real estate, including myself. So you have to work diligently to upgrade your communication skills and your knowledge so that you can show up powerfully and you will earn your commission. Thanks for watching this video. Put your comments and questions below, and I will see you on the next one.